This is a big day for us and for you because we're cooking 6 steaks, 6 different ways. By the end of today's episode, if you can't cook a steak, you either slept your way through it, you left the room, or you're just a straight dumb
There you go.
Thank you, Thrive Market, for sponsoring today's episode. Here's a question I get asked a lot. What's your favorite way to cook a steak? And I go, well, it depends. And they go, what's it depend on? And I go, I guess where I am, what my mood is, how fast I want to eat, that kind of thing. My mind just went blank. It just went blank. So we're giving you the tools. We're putting the tools in your hands. Okay, not the equipment. Separate tools from equipment because we're not giving you anything to cook with or on or in, but we're showing you what you can do. You're gonna be very comfortable after today's episode on cooking a steak. 6 different ways. Today's episode is sponsored by Thrive Market, and you're gonna like them like we like them. So Thrive Market is an online membership-based market on a mission, their words, on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everyone. That's me and Chance and Max and especially you guys. And how do they do that? Well, here's what they do. They have 2 different membership options. $9.95 for a single month, or a 12-month membership, $5 a month, billed at $59.95. And for that, you get to peer in to the huge array of all kinds of products that the Thrive Market has when you scope them out online. And I suggest you do that just to get comfortable with them first. And by the way, you sign up for the year membership option and you get a free gift up to $22, and nobody's not gonna want that. Everybody likes a little free, right? So they have guaranteed savings. Members average $32 in savings per order. They've committed to the highest quality, healthy, and sustainable products. Organic and essential groceries, there's safe supplements, there's non-toxic home stuff, there's ethical meat, sustainable seafood, clean wine, organic and essential groceries. And everybody loves the shopping without a hassle option that has been very popular these days from the comfort of your own home. Computer on your lap, at your desk. You search the products. There's more than 70 different diets set up for things like keto or paleo or gluten-free or vegan, non-GMO. Look, if suddenly somebody in your family unit says, no, it's keto for me for the next month, Thrive Market is your place to go. Online, comes to the door. Here's all you have to do. Hit the link below or go to thrivemarket.com/Sam the Cooking Guy. Find the membership level that you like, and remember this, 100% money back guarantee on your membership. Choose a membership, use it for 30 days. If you don't like it, you'll get your membership fee fully refunded. Cool? All right, want to see what we're using today? Because it came from them and you're gonna like it. And here we are. Scope this out. Thrive Market sells the First Light Wagyu line. I've had it before, it's tremendous. So look what we've got. We've got 2 Wagyu New York strips. We've got 2 Wagyu sirloins, and we've got a ribeye, and we've got a filet. Again, all Wagyu. Shall we start?
Yes.
Let's get going. And if I didn't say it, and I don't think I did, all of the steaks we're cooking today have been out of the fridge about 45 minutes. We don't want to cook ice cold steaks. It's hard to get them where you want them, inside and out, when they're ice cold in the middle. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. Remember, right there, don't cook a cold steak. Okay, let me show you how we're gonna cook these 6 steaks, because you need to know. Sous vide, reverse sear in the oven, smoker, in a cast iron pan, on a gas grill, and straight on charcoals, like right on top of the charcoals. All right, before we get going, we need to make a little seasoning. It's 3 parts, and it goes like this. So it's equal parts of kosher salt, black pepper, and garlic powder. And using our finger, we mix. It's perfect. Keep this in a little jar on your counter. You can put this shit on everything. Sous vide. What is sous vide? Max.
Cooked in water.
Essentially, what we're doing is we're gonna cook this in a constant temperature water bath. If you've been watching for a while, I've definitely used it before. But here's the concept. You put something in a Ziploc bag or a vacuum seal bag of protein, like we're going to with this sirloin. It's going to come in here, and then it's going to go into this pot behind me that has water circulating at 128 degrees. The beautiful part of sous vide is when this steak hits 128 degrees in that pot, in that warm environment, it can't go over because the temperature isn't going to go over. If the temperature's at 128, your steak can't overcook. It's a very simple way of doing this. Let's get it going, then we'll talk more. All right, here's what we've done. Here's one of the sirloins in a Ziploc bag. You don't have to have a vacuum sealer. This works perfectly. You just slowly lower it, and you'll see what happens is the pressure of the water starts to seal its way around the steak, thereby forcing out the air. And now using a binder clip, you can do whatever you want. I take this, I put it on here, and it's done. The steak will now cook beautifully in that. We're gonna need to finish it off after, but we'll show you that part next. A steak this thick probably will get to temperature in about an hour, 15 minutes, maybe an hour and a half. But the beautiful part is if you leave it in for 3 hours, if you can't get to it for 4 hours, it's still gonna be the same perfect temperature you set it to be. And in our case, at 128 degrees. There's different types of sous vide apparatus that you can get. This is something called Joule. I'm not sponsored by them. We're not pimping them. I happen to like it because it's small, discreet, can go in a drawer. You set it with your phone to the temperature you want. I'm at 128. It's gonna live here nicely. I could use the timer if I wanted, but I got it. I know how long it needs to be in there, and we're gonna come back. You're gonna see this in a few seconds when it's done. And at the end of its cooking time, using the app on my phone, I stop the circulation of the water, and this guy is done. And ugly as sin, but we're gonna fix that.
A nice bag of meat.
And so you're gonna see there's definitely, especially with like the Ziploc bags, there's definitely a little moisture in there, and it's okay. But I'm telling you, is this a steak that anybody wants to eat? I don't think so. Of all of the slow cooking methods, sous vide really does require finishing it off, giving it a sear. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna use a torch to give it some beautiful color. And that will look like this. And the fat. Look, here's a done side. Here's a not done side. It needs it. Now you got something. Got a pretty little crust on the outside. It's sizzling. It's gonna be tremendous. And here we are. Look at the kid. Look at the kid. Tell me when I can cut. Shall we? Ow. And see, look, once again, sous vide comes through. I don't always use sous vide for steak, but when I do, I'm surprised at how great it comes out. I mean, that's arguably about as perfect a looking steak as you could ask for. And take this off right here. Oh my. I mean, it's just, is it ridiculous that it's this perfect? Smells amazing too. All right. Sirloin. This one from Thrive. First Light Wagyu sirloin. Insane. Insane. Boys, you're getting bites. Take a little fat off of Max's because I know he doesn't like it. The fat bite, though, by the way, is so good. How good is that?
Insane.
How good is this?
Damn good.
But guess what? There's still more. With our cast iron pan hot and our ribeye oiled, salt, pepper, and garlic powdered, in we go. And that's what you want to hear. The sizzle. This is not that thick. It's not going to take that long. So don't go away. Stay close. Have your thermometer handy. But look what I found while I was inside. Some herb compound butter. And I know I said I wasn't going to add anything, but I love to keep this stuff in my fridge. Let's just throw a little hunk in and see how we do. Like this. Oh, fine. And like that. The point is, when you make compound butter, take the excess, wrap it up, put it in your fridge or your freezer. And then at the last minute, when you have an idea, when you're making something, stir frying shrimp, fries that come out of the oven, you hit them with a little bit of this, and your flavor profile just goes way the heck up. It smells good, it's gonna be delicious. But this one is about cooking a steak in a cast iron pan, one of my favorite things to do. In fact, my grandmother's 9-inch cast iron pan right here. And I was gonna say I have my grandmother's 9-inch, but I know what Max would have said, and that would have been disrespectful to his grandmother. Give it a little turn, get him some pretty color on this. And when this guy's done, off she comes. And we're down. And if you want, and you've got a little bit extra of the beautiful herby butter in the pan, I say you just give it a little bit of this. How could that be a bad thing, boys? Couldn't. And so, this part up here, it's my favorite part. Oh, it's just look at the whole thing. I mean, it's just, we've done a nice job here today, fellas. I know we're not over. Come on. Stop the presses. This might be the one. If you have my new book, Sam the Cooking Guy, Recipes with Intentional Leftovers, there are 3 different compound butters in it. I say you make them. Even if you don't use them today, you will use them. This kid's been in my freezer for, I don't know, a month and a half. It's as good as the day it was made. Damn. Here's our pretty little filet. It's gonna get the same treatment. A little avocado oil. You're gonna season it well. You're gonna like the addition of the garlic in here. It's really good. And it's not like it's gonna be super garlicky. It's just gonna be flavorful. Ready to go to the smoker. All right, we're set here. Here's our steak. And just like inside, I'm gonna use a probe thermometer, leaf, to help us, leaf, to help us make sure we don't go over. On we go. That's pretty, isn't it? That's pretty. And we shut our lid. So we're essentially using the Traeger to do the reverse sear thing like we're doing with the steak in the oven. If you have a smoker, you can do that. If you have an oven, you can do that. If you have a toaster oven, you could do the exact same thing. It's just all about the temperature. I'm telling you right now, you want to use a good probe thermometer in the oven. Here, this one has one built in, or a digital instant read one like we'll use for the other steaks that we cook. Let's just take the guesswork out of it. Forget the pushing. Feels like it's medium rare, feels like it's medium. I can't get that right every time, and I don't know that people other than professional steak cooks that do it day in, day out get that right. So eliminate the guesswork, get a good probe thermometer. You'll be happy, your steaks will be way better. And we're here. Look at this guy. Let's put him down here. Let's get rid of that, turn him off. Let's go finish it off. And we're down with our little filet, and we're cutting. Again, you see? That. Off the smoker at that lower temperature, you guarantee yourself wall to wall, end to end, top to bottom, and side to side gorgeousness. And so one little bite here. How beautiful does that look? One little bite here, Max. How would you not like that? And of course, it just pull apart tender because it's a filet. Oh, filet tenderloin. Oh, damn. Okay, boys, what, a bite for the children. Max, Chancellor?
Dang.
Right? But wait, there's more. Next up, a New York that's headed towards the grill. I've said it before, if you're new here, I'll tell you this. The oil you use when you're grilling and you're using any kind of high heat should be an oil that will not smoke easily. Avocado oil smokes at 500 degrees, and that's the highest smoke point of any of the oils. You would never want to use olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, vegetable oil. I mean, if you had it and you were stuck, it's okay. But when oil smokes, it starts to break down and it gives you a shitty flavor. So don't do it. Use avocado oil and let's go to the grill. And with our grill hot enough that I can't hold my hand this far from the grate for more than a couple seconds, we give it a quick spray. Beautiful. And on goes our steak. Just like that. And with steaks on the grill, I believe in the turning often system. When you're on direct heat, I like to turn. We're gonna give this maybe a minute and a half or so, then turn it 45, then give it a little bit more, then flip it over, do the same thing on the other side. And frankly, this is not that thick of a steak, so we don't have to worry about being here a long time. And then we have one special thing to do at the end for just this one steak. Okay, now it's time for a quick 45-degree turn, just like that. All right, buddy, let's flip you to the other side, like it is. There you go. And because I'm flipping fairly frequently, don't worry about these lines getting dark right off the bat.
Fairly frequently.
Fairly. And because I'm flipping fairly frequently, don't worry about these lines getting, I can't say it. You waska wee wabbit. And because I'm flipping fairly frequently, don't expect that these lines are gonna get dark right away. It's gonna take a bit. And another turn, it's looking like that. Now we can check our temperature. I think it's been about 3 or 4 minutes, 90 degrees, and we're on our way to about 125. So this steak is almost ready. It's looking beautiful. We're gonna add something to it. All the steaks, aside from this one, salt, pepper, garlic powder, cook, cut, eat. This one's gonna get the addition of one little combo. 2 weeks ago, my mom passed away, Max's grandmother. She was an amazing woman, Joy Zion, lived to 96. Don't feel bad. I mean, yes, it's sad, but at 96, she had an amazing life. But the woman cooked a New York steak, which, by the way, this is and was her favorite, cooked a New York steak better than anybody I know. And she had one little trick that I'm going to show you right now. It's a combination of 3 things. Some barbecue sauce, anybody's, a little olive oil. I don't know where she came up with this, but she did. And a little extra ground pepper. And we mix.
It's like the sickest little custom steak sauce. That's how she made it.
That's how she made it, yeah. And we go to the grill and paint. And with the steak looking beautiful. And by the way, you would never brush on anything sweet until the last couple of minutes anyways. Like that. Because you can see it starts to smoke and it would burn if it was on there too long. So we're just gonna give it a little bit of this. Give it a chance to sort of just burn in a little bit on each side. I love this. And you can smell it from here. One more. This guy's ready. Off she comes. We'll let her rest for 5-10 minutes. And after a brief rest, there's our kid. Looking handsome as ever. I think we should have a bite. Let's for sure just have a look at how it looks inside. See? That's the thing. The thing is, when you take your time and you turn, that's what happens. You get this beautiful inside that's perfect all the way across. Like that. This is a beautiful piece. All right, let's have this bite.
Would Grandma be proud?
She'd be so proud. She was so good. She was such a master. And it's not like a lot of barbecue sauce. The olive oil fully cuts it. You get the hint of the sweetness, but it's so damn good. It's so damn good. All right, but we can't stop here. There's more to do. All right, next up, one of the New Yorks, and we're gonna reverse sear this. I'm gonna give it a little avocado oil, both sides. Season well with my mixture, and that will look like this. Don't forget the edges, they're important. And it's a decently thick steak, so you know, you can be pretty aggressive with the seasoning. Now, reverse sear means cooking something in an oven at a lower temperature, allowing it to cook all the way through beautifully without getting gray edges. We're gonna cook this at 275. I'm gonna put a probe thermometer in this to keep an eye on the temp, and I wanna go to the middle of this. I take my fingers on the probe, I decide I want the tip in the middle, which is here. So I put my fingers here, and I know when I push in, I will stop when they get right there.
That's funny, that's what she said.
That's you're so dumb. All right, 275 degrees until it gets there, and I think it's gonna take me about 45 minutes. Here we are. Here's our 275 oven reverse sear, and now you'll notice that there's decent color to it. Let's check this kid out. And this guy looks like this. It's perfect. Once again, the low temperature all but guarantees perfection. Goodness gracious. I know there will be people looking at this going, no, underdone, underdone, underdone. And too bad. Your steak, you cook it the way you want. My steak, I'm a 130 degree guy. I mean, it needs nothing. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, perfection. It really is. Keep this combo with you at all times. I know people that travel on airplanes when travel was normal, and you'd get food that would take their own salt and pepper just to jazz up the blandness. Because in the airline business, they're shooting for the middle of the room in terms of taste. It might taste good, probably not very often. It might taste okay, but it certainly won't be seasoned very well. It's like a low tolerance. It's like they're cooking for hospital patients. But wait, don't stop there. There's more. Right, so this one you're gonna like. We're gonna cook the steak directly on hot coals, directly. So let's drop these in here into the caliber. I've already got a few on the bottom just to keep this guy going well. And 3, 2, 1. When they're in, nice and hot. Now, you wanna spread them out and give yourself a flat surface. So try and organize so your steak cooks flat. And this looks pretty good to me. Here's how this craziness works. It's up, it's in, and it's cooking. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're just gonna leave it, let it do its thing for a minute or two. We're gonna turn it just like we do any other way. And yes, some of the charcoal might stick, but it will knock off and you'll be just fine. But imagine if you don't have a smoker, this is gonna give you that charcoal wood taste and flavor that's gonna be hard for you to get any other way. Okay, let's have a quick look. Look. Look how beautiful that is. It's freaking gorgeous, man. And on we go. So I want to check the temperature. It's been about 4 minutes. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Just so we have a sense of how we're doing. And yeah, 90 degrees. Seems about right. It's cooking beautifully. And back we go. It's certainly beautiful. There's no question about that. How beautiful is that?
Damn.
Should we check it? 122, 123, 128. All right. This gets another minute or so. So I think we're ready, and out we come. I love this. And here's our friend. You gotta love this charring. I mean, how could you not, right? Let's cut and see what we've got here. And once again, we've maintained the consistent beautifulness all the way through. If you think it's underdone, then that's fine. If you think it's overdone, that's fine. If you agree, like I do, that it's beautiful and perfectly cooked all the way through, then, well, we're on the same team. Wow. But I'm not sure how you can argue with that piece. I don't think you can.
Perfect.
It's gorgeous. And the char on this little crust is going to be an amazing bite. Also the sirloin, but the smoke from the charcoal is in this in a really beautiful way. And what, it cooked like what, 9 minutes maybe? 8 minutes? It's fantastic. Boys, a little bite?
Yeah.
Please.
Little?
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Wow.
My God. It's so good, and that crust on it, am I right?
Insane.
It just adds that textural component that's just hard to get any other way. So what have we learned today? We've learned how to cook 6 steaks, 6 different ways. An instant read thermometer is important to everything. We've proven that. Not cooking the steaks right out of the fridge, having them out for 45 minutes to an hour before is very important. And season simply, salt, pepper, garlic powder. Make that, keep it, use it. even in eggs or salads, anything. It's perfect. And that's pretty much it for me. Thank you, Thrive Market, for sponsoring today's episode with your beautiful meat.
That's what you said.
And go forth. Don't multiply unless you really want to, but go forth and cook steaks. And if you don't think you can cook a steak, it's because you haven't done it enough. Just start doing it now. Thanks. See ya. Send us your pictures of your made food. We love them.
Next time.
We'll pick somebody next time.